Now, hopefully you are here for the training. Today we're going to be talking about how a mentorship student was able to go and get about $2,700 in monthly recurring revenue from two subcontracting deals. The first deal is worth $1,200 a month. The second one is worth $1,500 per month. And we're super excited to be able to share this with you today. But there's a couple of housewarming things we got to do in order to make sure this post is seen by the most number of people possible. On social media, generally engagement, that means a like, a share, a comment, causes the post to be seen by more people. And since I'm not charging anything for this information side of the free training, the way that you could support me or help me out is by just sharing this and doing what I tell you as far as commenting in order to make it sure that as much people get benefit from this thing as possible. So if you're watching this thing on the live video, write down hashtag team live. If you're watching inside the replay, write hashtag team replay so I know that you're there and I can actually send you some guides and some resources after the training's been completed live. Then also, if you want for me to connect with you to answer any questions you might have about growing your business, write hashtag connect. Then finally, if you want to see how I can help you grow your business without having to make the mistakes that cause most people in business to fail, I recommend to you and I invite you to click on the link inside the description below to book a call with me to see if I can help you. Now, the reason why we actually ask people to book a call is because I can't help everybody. And oftentimes people, we have to determine, can I actually help you? Right? The way that we do this and the way we grow our business is not a great fit for everybody. So I need to make sure, in a customized view that this is right for you. In order to do that, we got to speak. So if that's you, I'll see you on the call. If it's not you, I will talk to you in the future when it is a better time. So let's kind of dive into this thing, because I know that when I started my accounting firm in 2014, things were a lot more challenging than what they are now. Right? Because I was trying to grow, but one, I didn't know how to price my services. Two, I didn't know how to do any marketing, so it would be weeks before I actually got anyone on the phone interested in doing my services. And then finally, when I did finally get people on the phone, it would always feel kind of like they just didn't respect me, or they would laugh whenever I would say my prices, or they'd be like, yeah, there's no way I'm paying that much money. And it would just be constant like that, back and forth, day after day, day after day. So I had to go and really pay a lot of money in terms of coaching, mentorships, masterminds, seminars, guru retreats, basically anything I can get my hands onto in order to make sure that I could succeed. But once I started figuring things out, that's when the income started growing more steadily, and that's how I help people out today. You just avoid a lot of the mistakes that I had made, and you grow your business very consistently. And that's how this student actually grew. So let's kind of talk about what are the steps, right? So number one, your pricing needs to be right. I cannot stress this enough. Most people think, it's just about marketing. I'm just going to one day find the magic companies that are going to pay me the right amount of money. When in actuality, it's not just about the company, right? I've seen it many times where, for example, when you talk to an 8-figure company and they have 40, okay, I don't know if this should say this, but one of my students, when she was first getting started, she was so excited, right? This is she was day one in the program, and she got a referral from somebody, and it was an 8-figure company. They had 40 employees. Then when she went there to actually go and talk about her services, she didn't use my sales script yet because it was her first day, and she was kind of improvising. And literally, they said $800 a month was too much. I'm like, what? So we kind of looked at the videos, and we had to go and sit down and just look at a bunch of things. And then we were like, okay, so this is where you kind of miss them. This is where you kind of do things. Ashanti Jones message: do you have an automated system to assist with your workload? Can you be a little bit more specific, Ashanti? Do you mean your marketing workload? Do you mean your accounting workload? We do have resources for both. So we have ways that we automate our marketing, as well as we have ways that we can help you as far as doing the work, especially if you're working a full-time job, because I know a lot of our students, when they first get started, they're working a full-time job. But even back to the point, when we're talking about pricing, okay, pricing is so key, because if you just double your prices, you can work half as much, make same money, if not more. Okay, and that's the key thing that most people just struggle with. Most people just don't understand that. And the reason why it's so important, again, is because I talk to people all the time. And generally the first thing that I hear whenever I speak to them is, they price their stuff so low that they can't make any money, and they're actually growing their business so fast. Ashanti said, do you have an automated system to assist with your bookkeeping workload? Yeah, so generally I like to use humans more than automation, although inside of QuickBooks Online and QuickBooks Desktop, there are a lot of automations you can use. You just have to get really good at QuickBooks. For example, we have certain students in the program. For example, one student was doing about $5,500 per month, but it only took her about 5 hours to do the work because she had everything just locked down, automated, and it was really, really smooth. That's not for everybody. Like some people, they don't want to do automation, so they don't really know how to do automation. So we can help you in that. But yeah, that just kind of answers your question. We do. Going back to the chat at hand, when it comes to pricing, you guys have to understand, like, value is not really the same to a business owner that's doing 7 or 8 figures, the same way it's value to, someone who's just getting started in their business or is, making, 10K per month. And the reason why is because if you've ever had, $20,000, $40,000, $50,000 hit your account and it's net profit, that's after taxes have been paid from it, you start seeing money as kind of like, monopoly money. And it's a very, very interesting phenomenon. I've been blessed to, have that, in my life, but for most people, like, they just don't understand that. And when you talk to, like, the right business owner who's actually doing a really great amount of money, and they know that in order to make more money, they have to spend money to grow. When you say your price is $1,000 a month, it's $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month, they don't really see money the same way that, the average person does. And it's more about, they're kind of doing like a value kind of math equation in their head. If I was to give this person X amount of dollars, how much money would I get in return? Okay, and it's almost like they're viewing it as a game. So if they don't view that the price they're going to be paying you on the monthly basis is equal to or less than what they're going to be getting out of working with you, they are not going to be paying. It's not that they don't have the money. It's not that they can't pay the money. It's just that they don't value the service that you're offering with the way that we've either described it or the way that we are talking to them as valuable enough to start giving their monopoly money away. Now, once you start learning how to, one, price your services correctly, and then two, learn how to start explaining the value more effectively, then the bigger companies become attracted to you, and when you're sitting in front of them, that's when they want to pay you, $3,000 a month, $4,000, $5,000, $8,000 a month. It's not just because the company was the right size. It was because you knew how to convey the value and your price was matching. Oftentimes what happens is I see people and they're trying to grow their business. Hey, Dano. Dano said, thank you, Bryce. Ashante said, hello. Thanks, guys. I can't wait to see you guys on the replay or on the live. Comment if you're live. Just let me know you're here. Going back to what we're saying, most people, if you ever look at their pricing sheets on their website, the highest price is like $1,700 a month. It's really hard for you to charge $5,000 per month if the highest price someone sees on your website is $1,700 a month. So you have to start really, and for me, if I had a website, which I generally show my students how to grow their business without having a website, then you wouldn't, you don't even need this. But if you do have a website and you already have a website, you can still keep your website. It's just, I would remove all the prices from your website. You might be able to have like one of those prices where it says like starts at X amount of dollars, especially if you're getting a lot of tire kickers. But that's just how I'd be doing it. I never want to pigeonhole or limit myself because I'm always expecting that there's a bigger company who I cannot see and is not sitting in front of me that is watching my stuff and that is ready to pull the trigger if they see the value and if they resonate with the way that I communicate the service that I have. It's the same thing for you guys when you're selling accounting and bookkeeping services. You need to prepare for the big clients even though you might be getting the small clients in the beginning. Now, if you understand this, if you understand how price is so important, go ahead and put down a 1 inside of the chat below. Let me know by putting a 1 inside the chat below. And this is like one reason why a lot of times what happens is you're going to have people coming to you and they begin looking for like tax plans and stuff like that. It's not that, they think that everybody does taxes. Just that's what a lot of people, especially right now as we're, nearing the end of busy/tax season, that's what a lot of people see the most value in, like how to save money on their taxes, right? But if you can instead get that same viewpoint when it comes to like the monthly work, like bookkeeping, virtual CFO, advisory services, monthly accounting services, payroll, then you could be able to charge a lot more money. But it's really just about pricing and value in the beginning. I'll see you inside the next video. Check out the YouTube channel to learn more and get more training. Until next time I see you. Have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon. Take it easy.